At Boylan's request, Colonel Wilson drew up a chart of the operating structure of Strategic Defense Initiative, a diagram he nicknamed Star Wars City, made up of government, military, and elite defense contractor corporations. Wilson said that it was common practice for military officers to rotate out of military leadership into executive positions at these defense contractor corporations, a good old boy network, if you will. Wilson also singled out Admiral Bobby Ray Inman, whom he claimed had control over Decision Science Applications Incorporated. Wilson said, Decision Science Applications Incorporated is a group made up of all the heads of the military hardware manufacturing in the Black area. Another elite defense contractor Wilson highlighted is the Rockefeller Company, a huge beneficiary of the Strategic Defense Initiative, also known as the Ballistic Missile Defense Organization, also known as Star Wars. In this photo, Henry Kissinger is seen with fellow collaborators David and Jay Rockefeller. David Rockefeller has long been associated with high authority over the Council on Foreign Relations, the CFR, whose long-term globalist goals are widely known. For a more detailed report on Rockefeller influence on the U.S. government and military, see the UFO Hypotheses film, Aztec Volume 1. Kissinger, said Colonel Wilson, is a key figure in MK Ultra, which according to Dr. Boylan is a secret, ongoing mind control research and development project directed by the CIA and employs psychotronic devices, selective use of drugs, hypnosis, and signals and frequencies designed to influence people's thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Boylan sees a strong link between mind control and the UFO cover-up. Mind control research may have even earlier roots than is made obvious from the CIA and its Robertson panel of 1953, perhaps originating within Nazi Germany with Dr. Joseph Mengelé's vicious experiments and Joseph Goebbels' Nazi propaganda machine. Additional information on mind control is available in the UFO Hypotheses film Peggy Keane Volume 2, NASA Upside Down. During author William Steinman's investigation for UFO crash at Aztec, Steinman discovered that Captain Henry Kissinger was a leading figure associated with the first Interplanetary Phenomena Unit, IPU, out of Camp Hale, Colorado, just after World War II. Shortly after publishing his investigation, California police warned Steinman and his family that they had apprehended a man who appeared to have marked Steinman for assassination. Steinman quickly dropped his UFO research investigations due entirely to these threats. Wilson reported to Boylan that Magi employs Wackenhut as a private contract agency for assassinations and security under the moniker 1010 Special Security Squadron, and that the next level of clearance, Q30, is given to Wackenhut's 4 highest officers. According to Wilson, this 1010 Special Security Squadron reports directly to the National Reconnaissance Organization, but is funded by the tax dollars of U.S. citizens. Recall that chairman of Magi, according to Wilson, is Henry Kissinger. Wilson admitted to Boylan that even as director of Project Pounce, his own clearance was much lower. I was only level 27. That's as far as I could go. Boylan remarks that Wilson was sickened by Kissinger and Teller's lust for power. Both acted as if they were above all laws in Wilson's view. Appalled by their unethical and unconstitutional behavior, Colonel Wilson tried to go public with his information on a short-lived website and gave interviews to Roberto Pinotti, Maurizio Baiata, Bill Hamilton, and Richard Boylan in his last days to thwart Magi's evil plans once Wilson realized that he had been poisoned with cancer by his superiors. Wilson understood that Magi's plans include both controlling the most advanced exotic aerospace anti-gravity fighter vehicles from back-engineered UFOs, as well as manipulation of the masses through propaganda and mind control in order to force with invincibility their designs for world power upon an unsuspecting global population. Before his death, Colonel Steve Wilson, like Orion, Lazar, Uhaus, Schneider, Bill Cooper, and Philip Corso, helped immensely with shedding light on the Machiavellian world of black budget defense and the UFO cover-up within the United States.
But he came out and told about the secrets of S4, and he quickly died after that. He died right up here in Phoenix. But he had a real colorful history. When he discovered that his own people had poisoned him, had given him the disease that he was dying from, he opened a website and tried to put as much information on there as he could. I don't remember what it is now, but he died shortly after that in hospital in Phoenix. But he knew that we have craft. He knew where the bases were. He knew that we had a base at Beale and 100 Beale and 100 Vandenberg. Yeah, 4 in the United States, in the zone of interior, and 4 deployed overseas. And the ones overseas, the host countries don't even know they're there. They're dug into excavated facilities. All of them are underground. All of the craft always leave from underground and return to underground when they come back for their missions. The Russians are shooting some down too. I don't know how they distinguish which ones to fire on and which ones not to. But he said that the Russians had brought down 3 or 4, and we brought down like 8 or 10. Either brought them down or driven them off. And you know, that's a dangerous operation. Those people are coming from power sources a lot more sophisticated than ours, and somebody may want to retaliate someday, and we're stuck here. We can't go any place to escape. When he first called me, he said, I'm bringing something I want to give you. I said, well, I don't know, I get a lot of junk. He said, this is not junk. He said, these are some pictures. And so I said, oh, pictures, okay, I'd like to see them. He told me that one of the pictures showed Dick Cheney standing with another scientist from that level there in a smock in front of one of the craft in one of the bays. And this was about noon. And about 30 minutes later, I got another call from him. He said, well, he said, I checked out of my apartment and went to the bank to get money, and he said, I put my card in, and a sign came up on the screen, the account's frozen. Can't draw any funds out. So he said, I went to another bank and used a different card, tried to get money, got the same thing. He said, I got all the good cards. He said, I got $300,000 in the bank. He said, I can't even get any out of my checking account, which is also frozen now. He says, I can't come over there, I can't get any money in it. If you want to send me a ticket, I'll come over. I'm bringing some pictures. I'll be glad to show them to you. And so he called me back and he said, I fear the worst. He said, I can't get a dime from anybody. I got $300,000 in the bank and I can't get a dollar. He said, I'll come over if I could get there, but he says, I can't get there. I can't even buy a ticket. I said, how much is your ticket going to be? He said, about $100. I said, okay, I'll wire you $100 right now. Look for the nearest mailboxes outlet near you. Whoever has a Western Union sign, give my name as the code, and I'll send you the money and come on over. And I did. Within 10 minutes, I wired him $100, and he got it. He said he was carrying the package of 52 photos on him. Becoming fearful, he decided not to carry the packages on him. He went out behind and got a box, a strong box, put starter box as a matter of fact. Then he put the package of pictures and rocks in it, had the Greyhound station people wrap it, address it, tried to get it on a bus with him. They said they couldn't make that bus and be in on the next one, and he had to leave because his bus was leaving. We got in from the bus station about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, now he's at my house waiting for the box to arrive. We went down there the next morning, and the bus station said they couldn't account for the loss because it was logged on to a bus in Los Angeles for that morning, and it was not on the bus when it got to Tucson later that morning. And they were making a search for it. We went back again another day later, and they were still searching for it. Never did find how they lost the package. Logged on a bus at one point and not off at another one.